Welcome to the channel, Trek fans, and I'm glad you're here because today we're going to look at this box set. It's a brand new 4K release of the 4 Star Trek Next Generation movies: Generations, First Contact, Insurrection, and Nemesis. Now, I'm not going to review the films themselves because they are what they are and they've been out for years at this point. What I want to talk about is this 4K release. Okay, they've been remastered in 4K, and basically you get two packages. So you get 4K discs with the 4K release of the movies on and some audio commentaries, and then you've got a Blu-ray set as well, which is just the movies but all the special features. So if special features are what you're interested in, then they are there on the Blu-ray discs. Now, I'm new to physical media. I generally buy things digitally, but I've had my mind expanded by the Films at Home YouTube channel, which I do recommend you check out if you're interested in that sort of thing, because I've learned and I've realized that when you stream digital media, as most of my content is purchased digitally, it is compressed. Even 4K is compressed for your digital stream, and it depends also on your internet provider, your internet speed, your connection speed. So if you've got lots of devices connected, you've got a big family maybe, then you're going to suffer the quality. Okay, so the disc, you don't have to stream it, the file sizes are bigger, and you get a much better soundscape. All right, so as you know from my other review videos, I've started to purchase discs like Ghostbusters, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, the Zack Snyder trilogy, Star Trek, Godfather. Yes, I like to start buying discs. So back to this one anyway. What I want to say is that Generations looks great. All right, they still look very cinematic. Now, some people, when they watch 4K on their TVs, they have the motion smoothing on, which gives it a soap opera effect. Now, I have that switched off on my telly because I want a cinematic experience. I also have a surround sound system so that it's the best that I can possibly have here in my little house. All right. Generations looks great. The special effects look great. The Nexus ribbon looks great. All the, the picture is crisp. But the sound is, and this is a theme through all 4 movies, the sound balance between dialogue and soundtrack effects, explosions and blasters and all that sort of thing isn't very good. The balance between them isn't very good. The dialogue is great, but it's a bit quiet, so I found myself turning it up to hear that. And then whenever some action would kick off, I found myself turning it down because it was just too much. I suppose in a cinema that might work really well, but here in my home, it was just, it could have done with being a bit more balanced, so I wouldn't have to constantly turn it up and turn it down. And that was a problem through every single one of these 4 films. All right, First Contact. Now, wow, this is one of my personal favorites. I've never seen this film look so good. All right, the picture was nice and crisp, and the sound again had the same issues, but it was just really nice to hear it. I actually came and sat down and made a point of turning everything off, telling everybody to be quiet, so that I could hear the "We Are the Borg" speech on the bridge of the Enterprise. Now, any Star Trek fan knows that they start receiving transmissions from the fleet. They've engaged the Borg, and then they're listening, and all of a sudden the Borg supersede that transmission and say, "We are the Borg, resistance is futile," and all that sort of thing. Now, that gave me chills. It really did surround me, and I felt really threatened by the Borg, which is brilliant because the Borg really are quite threatening. However, like I say, the picture looked great, but very cinematic. I'm not sure that it looked any better than my HD stream that I own, which is saying something. Now, Insurrection, when we get to that one, is not my favorite Star Trek film, I have to say. I find the story a bit meh. The performances are good, but it just, to me, feels like an extended episode rather than a big theatrical presentation of Star Trek Next Generation. It felt like an extended episode of Star Trek Next Generation. So I wasn't really bothered about that film. I'm sorry if that upsets you, but yeah, it didn't really float my boat. The picture looked great as ever. The sound problems, the volume, yeah, same. Now Nemesis, I do like Nemesis. as a Star Trek film. I like Tom Hardy in it. I like the concept of it. I like the look of it. And it also features, you know what happens at the end. Very disappointed with this 4K transfer of Nemesis, I have to say. It looks better on my digital stream. It really, really does. Some of the images were blurred. You know, the ship shots are blurred. When you watch a 4K release of Star Wars or anything else like that. In fact, the spaceship looked better in Generations and First Contact than they did in Nemesis. And that's really, really disappointing because this is supposed to be a 4K remaster. So yeah, that was disappointing. The film itself, yeah, it's the film, it's Nemesis. But yeah, if I were you, my recommendation for this box set, I'm glad I bought it. I happen to love these films, and for me, First Contact looks amazing. You know, I will watch First Contact till the cows come home. I'm so happy with that. But for the others, it might not actually be worth buying this box set. It might just be worth for you guys buying the digital streams, because if you're into physical media and you like the special features look great, but they are pretty much legacy special features. There's nothing really majorly new. Yeah, not really worth it for this box set. I'm glad I bought it. Like I say, adds to my collection, and I can watch the physical discs without any, you know, picture quality drain because of internet or anything. But truthfully, as a 4K remaster, I would have to give it 7 out of 10. Looks a bit better, not really much, not really worth the money. I mean, to be fair, what was it, about £50, something like that? It wasn't really that expensive. So if you want it, go for it. If you're a collector, go for it. If you're a big fan, go for it. But if you're a casual fan and not really bothered, prefer the old series or the newer Kelvin stuff, then maybe avoid this one. 7 out of 10 is a bit disappointing, but I'll leave it up to you. So comment down below, what do you think? Which is your favorite Star Trek movie? And don't forget to like, share and subscribe to this channel, because it helps and it makes these videos all the more fun to make for you guys. So yeah, Star Trek, the Next Generation 4 movie collection 4K box set, somewhat underwhelming. I'll leave it up to you. Comment down below, what do you think? Will you be getting it? I don't know, it's your decision. Resistance may actually not be futile.
Thanks for watching. If you liked what you saw, drop us a like and subscribe to see all future content.